So today we're going to take a look at the dollar index and of course the euro before wrapping up on market exposure. Starting on the weekly chart, the dollar index, we've seen a near 10% decline in the first quarter, which has erased all of the gains made in Q4. And the fact that we've seen that sharp reversal to me suggests we've seen quite a significant change of character from these early oscillations in the year. So my best guess at the moment is we're now continuing a retracement against this bullish move seen in 2021. And that could maybe see the dollar index fall closer towards 92 handle near this high volume node as the year progresses. Of course, markets don't go in a straight line, or generally not too often, and I think we're approaching a near-term inflection point in the dollar, which could be a little bounce for the dollar before losses resume. Now, if we just zoom in, we can see that we got this marginal close beneath the 200-week average and the 100 handle. The fact that it was so close to those key levels lacks a little bit of bearish conviction for my liking. You can see we're on the second day of the week now, and we're just hovering in the lower wick of that candle. So bears are struggling to follow through here after an extended move. We've got weekly RSI in oversold, and the on the 2 period and the 14 period about to go down there by the looks of it. So take a closer look now on the daily chart on the dollar index, and this is cumulative volume delta. So that's looking, I think, 1 month at a time. And sorry, 1 week at a time. And you can see that this fall in line basically means there's more offers than bids. And that was quite extended to its historical norms. So that tells us that bears are really piling in as prices were moving low, which is what you'd want to a degree. But look at these 2 candles here, and you can see that we've got quite an elongated delta negative print, which means there was significantly more offers than bids. Yet you compare that to the candle height, it wasn't that volatile, and we had actually a bullish hammer here. So the fact that we've got lots of offers at these lows to me suggests that there's lots of sellers going in at those lows, but they're getting absorbed by buyers. Not only that, you can see that this hammer candle also closed back above that 2024 low. And okay, this is today's price action. We're just hovering in the lower end of that wick. So to me, the fact that we failed to drive materially lower at the moment means that we could be looking at a bit of a bounce. And of course, if you've got lots of bears who are still holding shorts at these lows, it might not take much to shake them out to get a bit of a bounce higher. So for the moment, conservative move could just be towards that September high. However, look at the 20-day average, and even a move to 102 still wouldn't fully mean revert towards it. So maybe we're looking at a move to 102, 102.50. And if that happens, I think that euro is going to struggle to break above that 2022 high. Notice how it's really struggling around 114 handle. They've got 2 intraday failed attempts to break or close above it. So I think we're looking at some mean reversion for the euro, possibly just down towards 2024 high, perhaps a little bit closer to the 20-day average. And then we can reassess. Perhaps that's when we're looking at the continuation of the move higher on the euro, lower on the dollar index. And as promised, wrap up quickly on market exposure. And one thing to keep an eye on in next week's report is whether asset managers dipped to net short exposure or not. If they have, I think it probably signifies that we'll be looking at a lower dollar index sooner than later. But the fact that they do remain that long, and this group of traders have been pretty good at sticking on the right side of the dollar trade recently, then if they remain that long, despite these lower prices, it might give some hope that maybe we're looking for a bit more of a bigger bounce. But certainly, as I said at the start of the video, I do think that as the year progresses, we're probably headed towards the 92 area. Anyway, as always, hope that's useful. Wish you best of luck with your trading.